Alright guys, thought I'd do an interesting, different little video for you. This is the difference of me playing the same 5 holes on Wednesday and then playing them again on Thursday. From basically the same tees to the same pins. And the score differences from those days, my blow-ups, my recoveries, all of that, we're going to compare the 2 days and go from there. So let's jump into it. Alright, so we're going to start with hole number 5 here on Wednesday. This is where things all went south in this round on the front 9. This is a par 5, trying to hit a draw and just pushed it. Left it here in the trees and tried to get a little too hero-y with the punch out and then smoked the tree. So now I got to hit like this really low runner underneath the trees to get out into the fairway, which we managed to do. We have 125 to this pin, and I hit just like a clamp down gap, and it just flew, bounced right off the back, and that was a tough up and down for this pin. Unfortunately, I didn't catch the shot, so I'm reenacting it here. It got up there and then ran all the way down the hill. So that was a terrible spot to leave ourselves, which then puts us to here, and we missed that for bogey. And so then we start with a nice double bogey. You love to see it. So yeah, that is that's really tough. Double bogey in a par 5, obviously stupid punch out. We move on. Now let's jump to Thursday, me playing this hole from basically the same spot. Absolutely murder driver down the middle. So we are not in the trees, which is always fun and a great start. We had 128 left to the pin, and I hit a pitching wedge, and it just didn't draw enough and kicked off the side here and then kicked way off into behind the pin. So didn't want to take on trying to chip over this bunker, so we chip it out left, and actually this was pretty good contact, and I just wished it just rolled down a little more. Would have taken the hill and kind of went a little closer to the pin, but that's fine. I'm not going to complain. We have this for birdie. Oh, so close. Almost a 3-shot difference from the day before, but 2 shots, we'll take that as an improvement. All right, back to Wednesday. We now have the drivable par 4 6th hole, and I just flared this a bit. I was trying to hit this a cut here, but just not that much of a cut, which is fine. We had 75 to the pin from here, hit a good wedge, tried to land this a little short so it would roll on and not jump over the green, and unfortunately this just kept rolling and rolling off to here. And this is where I want to just scream, because this is what happens to me. It's that, like that chip shot, just completely brutal. Leave it to here, which you think we're going to tap in for a nice little bogey, and I probably should have been paying more attention here. I was pretty not angry, happy. I was pretty angry. I was very angry. So anyway, so we get an unnecessarily double from not paying attention to the chip and to the putt. Now we go to Thursday. We hit draw here because I figured, you know what? Let's commit to the draw since we're hitting draw now. Trying to hit that push is probably not the play here. So we actually hit a draw to the front side, and it just kicked off to behind this bunker, which is okay. Leaves us with a decent little chip shot or pitch really. Kicks off the edge there, which leaves us with a very, very easy 2-putt as long as I pay attention, which is great. I don't think I'm going to miss it from there. So another 2-shot swing difference, which is very good. Now we go back to Wednesday. We're going to hole number 7 here. This is, again, just kind of straight in front of us. I just pull this a touch, but that's fine. It's going to leave us just behind a tree, but we have a direct look right at the green. We hit a wedge nice in there. It carries the bunker, and it kicks. I thought it was going to kick a little more than it did, but that's fine. We have this for birdie. It just did not give it enough gas. Just not enough gas. So we tap that in, and we actually have our first par of this stretch for Wednesday, which is pretty nice. Thursday, this one I pulled the crap out of it. I could feel my left side hurt on this one, so that's a bit of an injury issue that we're still dealing with, but whatever. It hit the road here and kicked down further, so we actually got a decent amount of distance out of it, which is great. And then Amazon Prime decided to show up in the middle of our shot, so we're just letting them sneak through. I've got 72 yards to this pin. I've got lob wedge out here, and we're just going to hit this nice and soft through the power lines. And this was great contact. little bit into the wind, and it just sits nicely, kicks a little bit to the right, and leaves us with actually a pretty decently long look at birdie, which for the second day in a row, we just don't give it enough gas. Not enough gas, but it's fine. A par. I'm not going to complain. So these we tie. We tie Wednesday and Thursday. We tie. It's fine. Back to Wednesday. Pull driver, and we're pulling everything. I could see in my setup here. I was also set up a bit like a draw, so that's a problem. Plus, my left side felt like it was going to attack me, so I had to punch out here, which is great. Which leaves us with this chip, and this is again where all my issues compound, because I basically don't even give myself an opportunity to have an easy look at par. So then I have this for par, and the hill just took that. That was very weird. And then I probably should have paid more attention to this. This was a stupid mental error again. Yep. So we do it again, and we miss another short putt by not paying attention. That's awesome. So that's another double. Thursday, we push it hard because didn't want to go left. So, and especially going left on the previous hole, I probably just left the face open and really yanked it because I didn't want to, go left. We had 73 yards to the pin here, pulled it a bit, and it just ran through the green to the fringe. Which again left us with a chip shot that, as you can see, my chipping that's terrible. That's terrible. I just have no feel right now for how to chip. With the way my new structure of my arms, I don't get it. And then I missed this. So we rack a bogey up, which puts us at 1 over for that day. But we are still one shot better than Wednesday. Now, back to Wednesday, par 5, 9th hole. We hammer this. It goes a bit left. I'm a bit annoyed, but it actually gets a wicked tree bounce and kicks right, which is great. I think we had the wind helping, and so I had 7-iron into this front pin, and this just flew and landed like 3/4 of the way up the green, all the way at the back, which left us with a very long putt for eagle. And honestly, I actually was not disappointed with my speed on this. This lagged up all the way up there, and we had a very easy birdie putt. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that on camera, but we got one back. Thursday, we crushed driver, and this was more along the lines of what I wanted to see from myself when I hit driver. So that was a much more controlled, good swing. We have a 200-yard shot in here, and the wind was pushing in pretty hard, and the wind just ate this. I hit this great, and the wind just took this and murdered it, but that's fine. Left us with this. I kind of stabbed at this one, and it ran out a little bit, which is, again, annoying, which left us with this little slidey putt for birdie. Oh, and we make it. So as you can see, the totals, those are the differences. We shot 5 over on Wednesday through that same stretch, and we were even on Thursday through that stretch. Now, obviously, the drivers was a little sketchy on both days, and some of the left misses. Some of that's a result of setup issues that I'm seeing, and the other thing is that my left side was just very much in pain from this injury I'm dealing with, and so sometimes that causes me to pull it. Regardless, the short game and stuff is just what's absolutely destroying my life. And this is a good example of when I tell you guys stories of, these massive scores I'm putting up. This is what happens. So glad you guys all could see my madness. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.